Dynasty. I am Joyous Rom, and I am streaming here today also on other channels, platforms, outlets. Siba, Khepra, Ptah, I appreciate you and your audience, as well as over there on YouTube, Tribe Up 777999. That YouTube channel belongs to Abdiel bin Levi L himself. I'm glad you all are here with me. All right, now today I am here and we're going to look at Kraken. I've titled this a homicide cold case. Now, how I came about this title, I'm going to share now. And then I'm going to talk about how, as I've mentioned my last other two broadcasts today, how these titles of mine are starting to commingle, to interact, to complement each other. All right, so first, Kraken. Now, this is also, I was going to do this like a movie review, but I was, nah, it's beyond movie review. So it doubles as a movie review if that's what you want to do. Again, hey, Cody. Hey, Cody. Hey, everyone. Hey, everyone. Um, a little background. Having grandchildren, definitely with the number of grandchildren I have the odds are greater that I'm gonna turn on a network that I know they watch at home, they mama let them watch. And I'm gonna find myself sitting down, taking a break, and then fully into the television with them. And that's what happened with this movie, Kraken. So to me, it was cool. And I was again taking a break, watching them, watch the movie, listening, and everything. The vibe was good. Everything's all right. Had an overall cool meaning. It was a lot of meanings in this movie, and I'm not here to discuss none of those. A lot of lessons, a lot of morals to the story, some takeaways. Go watch the movie for yourself and find out. Me, myself, I'm moving on here. Um, so, in preparation for today, I didn't have to watch the movie, is my point. In preparation, what prepared me for today was the fact that I had watched this movie. While when I was over listening to the Damon T. Berry movies, and I'm going to share a part of his episode today from his one series. He has a few. I've only watched one. It's 8 parts. And he said Kraken. And I was like, Kraken, you talking about the movie, the Disney little characters? And of course, not in what he was talking about, because he teaches on the ancients. And according to going right quick, looking this up, Kraken, it means a few things. It has this association with crypto and seafaring creatures. Go in Wikipedia, it's going to tell you right quick. Not even Wikipedia. Go type in Kraken in your search engine and watch the different type results come up. They even got different movies, versions of Kraken. So Kraken got his history, and we ain't even got started yet. So it was easy for me to right quick relate when I heard Damon T. Berry say Kraken, and then he referred it to the whale, and I'm like, okay, the water, I got you, the water, the ocean, the whale. And then he says Cetus, which I know too. I last talked about Cetus, the whale, and in the sky when I did the total solar eclipse review here in Indianapolis. So a lot of this video to me brings it all together at this point in my life. They were stray parts, the piece, y'all, pieces of the whole. These parts come together. The total solar eclipse, watching the Disney movie with my children, the Pixar, Disney, whatever it is, and then the Damon T. Berry, and then my knowledge of astrology. Like, these are all parts we're gonna look at today. Now, the homicide cold case part, um, because according to the Disney Pixar and according to Damon T. Berry, um, there's a mass homicide that happened. And this occult, and it keeps happening on the Damon T. Berry level and all the Disney Pixar. To this Disney Pixar, I just made that up right quick. Who made that movie? Let me check this out. Universal Studios. Whoever. It's just like the wiping out of a people, and it happens over and over again. Like this earth gets cleansed, and then the new group of people come in, the civilization, see if they got some sense. And so, but in the reality of it is we don't know. So that's what makes it the cold case. So at this point, we're about to look at a few things, and definitely this movie, of course, is projected at the children. And of course, at this point, I see that the overall story of this is not cute. Well, it is cute. Y'all got the etymology of cute. This is cute. It's not childlike. And they polished it up and served it up to our children. But on an adult tip, there are definitely things in here you may want to be aware of. So I am starting right now, for the effort of those who are not familiar, with the trailer of this version of Kraken, for those who don't know. And so you can become aware, give you some backstory, and you can follow along a little better on where I'm going with this. So muting my mic so there's no echoes. Stand by for me.
The ocean is a mysterious world. Humans know more about the surface of Mars than the floor of the ocean. And the sea creatures who live there, well, even the ones you have imagined, you've imagined them wrong. Take the mighty giant Kraken, bloodthirsty monster, sinker of ships. Where are you even getting this? Krakens are majestic creatures and noble protectors.
I'm just Ruby Gilman, normal teenager.
For generations, Krakens have protected the seas, keeping us safe from the most power-hungry and dangerous creature of all.
The mermaid?
Yes, the mermaid! Ugh.
But people love mermaids.
I love you so much! Love you too, Rando!
Of course they do. People are stupid.
I'm Chelsea.
Mermaids are selfish, vain narcissists.
I am gorgeous.
Yes, queen!
The worst of them all.
What's happening?
Excuse me. Hey, are you okay? I know your secret. You're a Kraken hiding as a human.
You really gotta go.
Oh no!
And soon, everyone will know the truth. Cushions!
Are you ready for your destiny?
I just want to live my life.
You have powers beyond your imagination. This is your moment, Ruby.
All right, now we're gonna stop at this point. Copyright issues, you know what I mean? And the girl, she going on into the water. She just about to claim her inheritance in the movie. All right, right quick. Also, her name is Ruby. I initially was gonna look into some things, but you can do your own study. We here is a study group in the Karmic Dynasty realm these days. Her last name is Gilman. Now the Gil man speaks for itself. Gil man, Ruby Gilman. This teenager's name, and she's actually, I think at this part you've seen, okay, grandmother. She's going to go see her grandmother in the ocean. Her grandmother's the ruler there. Long story short of the movie, of course, grandparents at times we want to pass down, and we want to give an inheritance to our grandchildren. So that's what her grandmother's intention is. So this young lady is battling the thoughts of the world that her mother took her to, intending to keep her safe, yet interested in the very exciting world her grandmother has in store for her. So there's a lot of family ties and events going on in this movie, and I'm going to finish playing out this trailer, and then we're going to go ahead on with more of the content. Thank you all.
I'm not gonna hide anymore. Grandmama,
Yes.
I want you to teach me how to use my powers.
Camouflage, super speed, body armor. Let's see what you're capable of.
I have laser eyes?
Yes, they do pack a wallop. Whoa.
You're just a dumb teenager. I'm a flippin' mermaid! Knock, knock!
No matter what the challenge, a Kraken will always answer the call.
It's time to go big.
All right, so that's the trailer of the movie to take those of you who are not aware into the awareness, so we can work together on this study project of the Kraken. Now, now this is from my perspective. We're gonna look at the Wikipedia. There are people out there who are familiar with Kraken, and they're familiar with books, publications, and other movie versions of the Kraken. So we're here, compare notes, and that's what we on. Now, from that trailer, the grandmother alone, she stated that there is this version of the Kraken being scary and bloodthirsty and in the water and killing people and shipwrecks and all that crazy high-winded stories. And that's the version I'm coming from today. Of the knowledge of the skies and the fact that the in the skies, the Kraken was alive and existing before the filmmakers of this earth came about and the publication of this earth came about. And according to what I gather from Damon T. Berry, that is, so let's say Noah's Ark. Because I had a Noah's Ark on here recently, and gratitude to Siba Khepra Ptah for carrying that series on for me in my day of not so well. I had a few days, about a whole week, I was not. So I appreciate Siba Khepra Ptah for that acknowledgement to him. Yeah, the Noah's Ark. The Noah's Ark, there's a lot of emphasis right now on a few things I'm observing. And the wiping out of the earth is one of them. I mean, according to the Bible and the teachings, it's happened before. So it will happen again. There was a promise, according to the Bible, that it would not happen again by water, but by fire. But in the world where, and then the earth, like, how much of the earth are we talking about? That's a question too. Maybe not the earth in its entirety, but a good enough deal, especially in the realm where we want to bring in the thoughts of Antarctica and the Nazis and Hitler and Admiral Byrd and, you know, the wall around and the different parts of the earth outside of the wall that we are not particularly aware of specifically. There's a lot to be considered, and I'm realizing while I am here with this content right now. So we're gonna go over to Wikipedia right quick and look at some of the turmoil, the bloodthirsty creatures in the water that the grandmother and Kraken was speaking about. And then we're gonna go to Damon T. Berry and we're gonna elevate and go into the skies and the constellations and look at Cetus, aka Kraken, aka eliminate, wash out, and cleanse the earth of the immature population. The immature population. All right. So over here on Wikipedia, it's shown that first thing I see, not even with, in my Microsoft Bing search, I typed in Kraken. Well, because I knew I was doing the Wikipedia is what I wanted to look at. But type in Kraken. Let me just do that. Let me just roll back. Let's just type in Kraken. And yes, that even when I typed it in that day, crypto exchange came up. Now, I'm not a cryptocurrency person. I'm not about to sit and talk about crypto at all. Probably not, never, because it's not anything I'm interested in. It's not anything I know about. And ignorance It's the reason I don't deal with it or talk about it. And this is one of them areas in life where I am happy in my seat of ignorance is when it comes to crypto. Now, crypto has this affiliation with Kraken, and probably just with that word and the history of what Kraken is, y'all might want to pull out of that. I don't know. Kraken. Okay, I don't even know. Okay, sports are related apparently. Um, but when we go to images, which is real big for me. So let's just go to images because I'm an imagery person. And then we got these Kraken wallpapers. That's the creature. And then we got the one with the ship and the takeover, the legendary, the real life origins of the legendary Kraken. And they got it spread out here. It's laid out, stretched out. But these are the images of this Kraken, according to Microsoft Bing. This one got many mouths, about to eat up a bunch of ships. Or it might be how it come. I don't know. I'm not looking them in their mouth. This one definitely looking different than the rest. He got these hooks on the end looking like, is that alien? Not predator. He just look like he about to. But either way, they got a black spice rum named Kraken. That definitely will probably take you out. I mean, the term Kraken so far, I see no good side of this, except for the great image that the makers of that animated movie attempted. So I'm gonna go back over here, and I'm gonna scrolling down to the Wikipedia article, and we're gonna look at by legend what it says is happening going on here, because the grandmother didn't give me just enough of the story before I go look into the elements of the stars in the sky for more information. Let me see here where I want to go. All right, the Kraken is a legendary sea monster of enormous size, etymologically akin to a squid or octopus, said to appear in the sea between Norway and Iceland. It is believed the legendary of the Kraken may have originated from sightings of giant squid. Kraken, as a subject of sailor superstitions and mythos, was first described in the modern era in a travel log by Francesco Negri in 1700. This description was followed in 1734 by an account from Dano-Norwegian missionary and explorer Hans Egede, who described the Kraken in detail and equated it with the Hafgufa of medieval lore. Interesting word. Do they got okay. Hafgufa is a sea creature purported to inhabit Iceland's waters and southward toward Helluland. Although it was thought to be a sea monster, research suggests that the stories originated from a specialized feeding technique among whales known as trap feeding. Okay. However, the first description of the creature is usually credited to the Danish bishop Ptah in 1753. Ptah was the first to describe the Kraken as an octopus of tremendous size and wrote that it had a reputation for pulling down ships. All right, let's move down further. The great man, I gotta see what's up while my screen is doing this. The great man-killing octopus entered French fiction when novelist Victor Hugo, 1866, introduced the Pervers octopus of Guernsey, Eeyore, which he identified with the Kraken of legend. This led Jules Verne's depiction of the Kraken, although Verne did not distinguish between squid and octopus. Okay, so that's all that stuff. The etymology, let's look at that. Because when it comes to terms like I'm about to use, whale and cetus, I'm definitely interested in the etymology. The English word kraken, in the sense of sea monster, derives from Norwegian kraken or kraken, which was the definite forms of kraken, crake, the crake. Okay. Okay, what did I just learn from right there? Okay, yeah, nothing. It told me nothing. Let me look for more. Hook, crook, malformed or overgrown crooked tree. Looking at the well into the sky and see this later, I'm still looking for more. With time, Kraken may have come to mean any severed tree, stem, or trunk with crooked outgrowths. Giving name to objects, tools based on such, notably for the subject matter, primitive anchors and drags made from severed spruce tops or branching bush trunks. Outfitted the stone sinker. No, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Still looking, and I don't see anything I can correlate to the sky right now. Not just browsing. Unless we're looking at the sky as a sea itself, with its waves and frequencies and darkness and depths, like the sea. Anyway, they are totally not looking at that version right now. Where am I going? Okay, right quick. I see well right here. Shetlandic is a dialect of Scots spoken in Shetland. For whale, Kraken for whale. So we got whale right here, which will take me to the sky. It's a taboo word though. It's a taboo word. Let me dear. Shetland. Let me Google. I'm gonna Google this part right here. Google whatever. I'm gonna search the web for this right here. And it's kind of giving me the same thing. They probably want me to refer there. I'm not going there. Fandom. Shetlandic Kraken for whale. Over here, Kraken in Shetlandic, which refers to a whale, has an interesting etymology. Let's delve in a bit. No, this ain't what I want to. Okay, yes, thank you. Now let's address the term Kraken. Although it's considered a taboo word, it's etymologically related to the concept of a whale. This connection likely stems from the historical context of Shetlandic and rich linguistic heritage. Unfortunately, the exact details of this etymology remain elusive, but it's fascinating. Okay, I don't want to hear fascinating, and I don't want to hear nothing else. Dictionary of the Scots. I'm jumping over here, y'all. Kraken, a fisherman's taboo name for whale, any large and unusual sea creature. Okay. All right, so I'm satisfied with that is where I'm going to stand. Right now, we are going over here to hear some of, not specifically Damon T. Berry speaking on it, but definitely we're going to listen to some of him.
It's worth it.
Need y'all to go check out The Knowledge of the Forever Time, episodes 1-8, and get the build up and get to the journey of the Cetus, the whale, so y'all can roll with me.
More than silver and gold. The Egyptians and the Mayans tell us that time moves in a circle, a repeating circle, a cycle of living and dying on the same world, over and over again. What is old is new again. What is created will be created again. And there is nothing new under the sun. They left us their religion and also that which was holy. And what was holy to the ancient world was knowledge. An example of the dichotomy that separates their religion from ours is here. This ancient carving of a woman has been seen in our world for nearly 4,000 years. It is called the Queen of the Night Relief. And every scholar and every professor who tells her tale calls her Lilith. She is said to be evil and the first wife of Adam, and Adam being the first man that God ever created on this earth. When man began mass-producing books and mass-producing media, a horrible crime was committed. And the crime was calling this innocent woman a devil. A misjudgment that began disseminating this oral archaeological tradition that is.
Now, right quick, next to her, and he's going to talk about the owls and identify with them. And I was here the other day speaking on him, and I stopped the video because we were discussing the apparent image from the prehistoric cave people who were ignorant and knuckleheaded and dull, but they wasn't that dull, knuckleheaded, and primitive and lacking knowledge and intelligence, because they were able to do so many things. And because society, the system told you that these were dum-dums, we just went with they were dum-dums. The reality is they had these tools, they had got some paint, they worked and realized with different colors of paint, and those paints still exist after all this time that has passed. And y'all got paints today that can't even last 10 years. Anyway, so in that discussion, I was sharing that though we were looking at the cave drawings, and I was asking people, okay, so if this is not aliens as we've been told and taught to see, what are they? And few people, they responded they were looking like owls. And I was like, okay, no, they're not owls, but owls have been addressed. So this is the part, this video in part 7, where the owls were addressed. So for those of you who want to hear about the owl part, go check that out. But no, those was not aliens nor owls in those visuals. Now, I just played that so y'all can hear some of Damon T. Berry and prep for him mentally to receive his voice and his imagery and his presentation. When you look through the entire series to see the connection and where I'm coming about with this Cetus and the Kraken. And as Damon T. Berry said in brief again, the Cetus came in, the waters came in and just wiped away the inhabitants of the earth. And such is the same, even looking at this child's movie, Kraken, because the people was about to be out of here. Now, as the grandmother mentioned again, the stories were that they were evil, bloodthirsty, they wrecking ships, pulling people out the water. And there was an instance near the end of the movie where it looked like a group of people was about to be wiped out. And the mermaid has her hand in this in the movie, and other things were happening, but actually it was the Kraken who saved the people. So, or they helped her save them, depending on how you want to go look at that. But this all comes roundabout to the fact that in a world, and how my upcoming episode of my new astrology series, which is a class, I'm going to come with a class and teach the basics so people can know more about how to read charts from the Karmic Dynasty perspective, and even the language that accompanies the charts and the chart readings and astrology readings, so you have a greater awareness of what's going on in the atmosphere via tones and frequencies when people are talking in the realm of astrology. Oh, and then we also gonna look at astronomy, because sometimes people get those mixed up, or they use them interchangeably, and there's a fine distinction between astrology and astronomy. So we're gonna check that out on my series. So over here on the astrological point of view, I'm about to jump over right quick to Cetus. We're going to look at the imagery because some of y'all like Cetus whale, total solar eclipse. Yeah, the Cetus whale had definitely its impression during the total eclipse, and you was able to see it if you were able to catch it, and if you even knew what you was looking for. So here is the constellation. It's Cetus, as you can see from the screen, so you can check this out, look at it for yourself, and study some more. This is the imagery over the constellation of the whale right here. So this is their rendition of whale. And for so long ago, compared to what we know a whale to be. All right. And Damon T. Berry also speaks on the star constellations map, the GPS of the sky, and a lot of it that we've all overlooked because we just didn't and or don't know. Okay, so this creature looking kind of scary. I talked about him doing a total solar eclipse, him, her, it, and like how they did that creature like that. This creature does not look pleasant like your Virgo and your Aquarius beings. And when they put this imagery over these constellations, there's a story behind it. These markings that make up the face of these creatures and bodies mean something. So I'm still going ahead with the Damon T. Berry narrative right here. And again, as I mentioned, the whales, these our whales look like versus the whales of a previous time, because I'm really rolling with the fact that the creature exists, did, or exists. And here the Cetus has the body of a man, kind of gill man, as in Ruby Gill man, Gill one man. But her name is Ruby Gilman. So this image right here go along and helps complement my point on that. So that's enough with the imagery. We're gonna go over here to Wikipedia. Y'all see that's my source this evening, and look at some of what's going on here. So Cetus is a constellation, sometimes called a whale in English. In this bastardized language, it's called a whale, simply a whale. But Cetus is the name. We already saw some of the etymology, so we already know some of the origins of the word. And the Cetus was, they said it was, it's not is, a sea monster in Greek mythology, which both Perseus and Hercules needed to slay. Now, also in astrology tales, it says that these, what were they, trials of Hercules are actually parts of your self that needs to be conquered, slayed, rid of, overcome to gain and get into your higher self, etc., etc. Where am I? Okay. Cetus is in the region of the sky that contains other water-related constellations. So there's a whole water area in the sky, which takes us to the sea, where the creatures are at, the Cetus, and the Kraken, and the ships that's being taken under, and the people that's being killed on there, et cetera, et cetera. Right now, Earth is the ship. And when this creature get ready to come and take out this Earth, as it has said that it has already done, it will do it again. So the relations is real. So it's over there in the area with Aquarius, Pisces, and Eridanus. Tomato. So Cetus is not among the 12 true zodiac constellations. And we're going to talk about them true zodiac constellations because according to my word and my findings and my thought and my theory, there's not 12 true constellations in the matter of how they'll present them to us. If there are 12, they don't name the actual 12. But I'm going to tell y'all right now, Libra is not one of those constellations. If you ain't up to date on my astrology teachings, what is scheduled? Friday, you can check it out. Check it out Friday. All right. I'm gonna get us all caught up. We're gonna get caught up. Okay, I had to change the light because that light getting on my nerves. All right. Nor classical 12. Okay, Cetus is not among the 12 true zodiac constellations in the J2000 epoch, nor classical 12-part zodiac. The ecliptic passes less than 0.25 degrees from one of its corners. Thus, the moon and planets will enter Cetus, occulting any stars as a foreground object in 50% of their successive orbits briefly, and the southern part of the sun appears in Cetus for about 1 day each year. All right. So that's some say so on Cetus. We're gonna look right here at this image and at its surrounding neighbors and the constellation itself. All right, so what have I done and shared? I'm looking to see where I want to go from here. We got Cetus the constellation. We already checked him out. Damon T. Berry, I brought that note in here. And we looked at the Wikipedia of it all. Cetus. How about, oh man, hold on. No, I didn't finish what I wanted on Wikipedia. So let me bring that back up because I want to look at the influences of Cetus, as it said, if that's in the Wikipedia. What they want us to know. We looking though. Okay, cool. Brought it back up for me. Moving forward. Deep sky, history and mythology. This is what I want to look at. Cetus may have originally been associated with a whale, which would have had mystic status amongst Mesopotamian cultures. Thank you. This is where I need to be. Because Damon T. Berry speaks a lot on, as that video we watched, and he was talking about the times of Sumeria was in there. He talks about the Anunnaki, of course, and ancient Kemet, et cetera, et cetera. It is often now called the whale. Okay, thank you. And the whale is the Kraken. We went from the Kraken to Cetus, the Kraken to the whale to Cetus in the sky. Seriously, in the sea, the sky, the stars. Though it is most strongly associated with the Cetus sea monster, which brings us to the Kraken, who was slain by Perseus as he saved the princess Andromeda from Poseidon's wrath. Andromeda, in the sky. It is in the middle of the sea, recognized by mythologists, a set of water-associated constellations, and we already addressed these as well. They got Cetus over here on this globe. See him right there, mouth open. Cetus on the globe. So according to Damon T. Berry, this is the section of the world where when the earth is destroyed by water, is from over here. And bear witness. Cetus has been depicted in many ways throughout its history. A dragonfish, whale-like creature in the same century. However, Cetus has also been variously depicted with animal heads attached to a piston body. Now, thank you, Chinese global astronomy, because to me, when it comes to astrology, astronomy, I really have an issue with people who want to get hooked on what Western astrology is talking about and the images they project put up in the sky, because there are other cultures out there And there are many forms of astrology. So are you aware of that when you're choosing the form you want for entertainment? It's entertainment to some people. To other people who know a few things, it's not entertainment. Okay. But most of y'all, it's a form of entertainment. You don't have enough knowledge or care for enough knowledge to know it as anything else. You take what somebody tell you, just like on TV and from your music, the radios and other outlets of entertainment, and you sit back and relax in it, and you let it comfort whichever parts of you that's uncomfortable at the time. Anyway, in global astronomy, because it is a difference, but the stars is up there, that's astronomy. In Chinese astronomy, this, hold on. Okay. Astronomy in China has a long history stretching from the Shang Dynasty, being refined over a period of more than 3,000 years. The ancient Chinese people have identified stars from 1300 BCE as Chinese star names, later categorized in the 28 mentions, etc., etc., etc. Go check that out. Astronomy in China or Chinese astronomy for more on that. But anyway, the stars of Cetus are found among two areas, the black tortoise of the north and the white tiger of the west. Let's see this. The black tortoise is one of the four symbols of the Chinese constellations. The Chinese constellations. So there's a Western constellation, the Chinese constellations. Do y'all know what y'all know? It's usually depicted as a tortoise intertwined with a snake. The pictogram can mean martial or warrior. The two characters do not have a literal meaning of tortoise and snake. Moving forward, in the white tiger of the west, the white tiger, known in Chinese as Bei Hu, is one of the four symbols of the Chinese constellations. So that's two. We got two. It's sometimes called the white tiger of the west. It represents the west in terms of direction in the autumn season. Moving forward, the Tucano and Cobeo people of the Amazon used the stars of Cetus to create a jaguar, representing the god of hurricanes and other violent storms. So that's water-related storms, but they gave it to a jaguar. Interesting. So, come on here. I see Seti representing the head. Okay, so these are the stars that represent his body. I see Set, Tall Set, Upsilon Set, marked his legs and feet. The Beta Ceti delineated his tail. In Hawaii, the constellation was called Nakuhi, and Mira, the Omicron Ceti, may have been called Cain. Kraken. Anyway, namesakes, etc., etc. Okay. Facing south. All maps, celestial maps, would see this in there. All right. I'm going now to see more about, like, if they will tell me. I'm typing in another screen tab first. Let's see what we're gonna get. All right, let's roll. I'm sharing this with y'all. All right, Cetus symbolizes the overwhelming power of nature and the uncontrollable forces that can cause destruction and chaos. Now, in regards to me piggybacking off of the theory and being a student of Damon T. Berry, Cetus symbolizes the overwhelming power of nature. To a people who's on an earth and has no power over that water coming in and clearing the earth, yes, it can appear to be overwhelming of the uncontrollable forces. Those forces is controlled, and they are controlled by the energies that give that Cetus area of the sky its power to come down here and cleanse the earth with water that is bringing the influence up from that sky. Y'all heard them say those water sections of the sky? In that neighborhood, Cetus in, that's the water neighborhood. That can cause purposely destruction and chaos. That's been the entire overview and feel for this presentation today, is destruction and chaos by so-called uncontrollable forces of water and clearing out the earth. I see the word wrath. Let me cut down right here and see what else going on. It reinforces the idea that humankind must respect and appease the gods to avoid their wrath. Did this just outright say that for us, for me, to support my point? See, this reinforces the idea that humankind must respect and appease the gods to avoid their wrath of destruction, annihilation of humankind, of the earth, everything getting cleared out. Because according to Damon T. Berry, humankind, you've not matured by a certain time era, you out of here. You out of here. And everything is going with you. And one good day, we're going to be sitting, this earth is going to be sitting looking like Mars. And according to Damon T. Berry, when you go off this earth, some of us y'all, and you are on the other side of the veil, you went through a portal, and you come back to share your findings, everything you knew ain't even gonna be here no more to come back to. And you probably gonna come back, and it's gonna be another earth of people here, and then you're gonna be looking like a god status. Between what you wearing when you show up and how you what apparatus you ride back up in here in. Technology is following you. And definitely the English you speaking, they didn't gonna know no English. You're gonna be sounding like a foreigner trying to communicate with these people. And they immediately they depend on the strength of where they at in their civilization and technology, they either gonna run from you or they're gonna attack you. Boy, I'm going through a portal. I'm not coming back here. That's my intent. Me and somebody on the other side of that portal gonna have to have some conversations. Because I don't think I'm gonna want to come back here. Because ain't no, and with how time passes, time is different there. So when people talk about the Bible and time, God's speed, and like how God's years ain't earth years, you leave this earth, you on another time zone. For real. That's probably gonna be a space in my life where time would become real for me. Real, time is real. You go away for 7 months, you come back, a whole age done passed. Was it age 26,000 years? This is coming. Y'all better know what y'all doing. But me and portals, forget about it. Somebody help me with my accent. Forget about it. The myth also draws attention to the power of love and the transformative abilities it possesses, as Perseus' affection for Andromeda motivated him to comfort and ultimately defeat Cetus. So, from the power of love, the transformative abilities that it possesses. Affection. Affection means power of love is maturity. To harness the power of love, you have reached a level of maturity. And according to Damon T. Berry, maturity is what humankind lacks. Thus, the looming destruction of the people, of the kind. Because the humans ain't going nowhere. It's the human will go somewhere. But it's the humankind that's going to have them issues. These destruction issues. Because like, and in the Bible, and he talked about Enoch. Enoch got taken away, actually a few times, came back to the earth, looking at different things when he returned. Humankind needs to beware. And in a world where right now I'm like, say less, and everything is as it should be, these creatures are supposed to be down here doing everything they're doing. And all the fussing and cussing and protesting and preaching that humans is down here doing, you forget about it. Say less. This is what they're supposed to be doing, because it shows their level of immaturity, and they getting more immature and more immature and more immature, and they growing and growing in a world of the meter upside down immaturity. Just getting less and less with some sense. They're gonna get wiped out of here, and they doing it to themselves. Humankind need to pay attention, but they ain't, because they got other things on their mind. But in the world of love from us humans, we out of here. We ain't got nothing to be concerned about. But it could be the one thing that saved their ass in the meantime, and they get to ride along just a little bit longer. Either way, y'all get what I'm saying, where I'm going, where I've been in this episode. I'm on my way out of here. I've been here about an hour. And until somebody prove me wrong and show me otherwise, a lot of y'all didn't make it to the end of this video with me. And you won't, because you can't sit by and pay attention to nothing longer than an hour.